Owning an island is a fantasy that perhaps many of us have, a place where we can separate from the hustle and bustle of city life and let us enjoy a fresh and quiet space. Many rich people or celebrities have their own private islands. Most of these islands have a fairly large area, perhaps enough to build large houses, swimming pools, gardens, and even football pitches. But have you ever heard of a tiny island, just big enough for a small house and a tiny tree? That's also the reason why this tiny island is called Just Room Enough. Only one room is enough. Located in Alexandria Bay, New York, USA. Today, let's discover and explore interesting things on this small island. And don't forget to subscribe my channel to continue watching other interesting videos from my Wonder channel. Just Room Enough is one of the extremely strange destinations in New York City. In contrast to the luxurious and beautiful city, it is a small, isolated island in the middle of a water village. It is this difference that has made this place a top tourist attraction, instead of walking on the big streets or expensive shopping. An eye-catching gem of the St. Lawrence River, Just Room Enough Island is actually a real thing. No, this isn't Photoshop. Located on the St. Lawrence River between Hart Island and Imperial Isle, this tiny little island is close to the USA border with Canada. The island is a part of Alexandria Bay, a village part of the town of Alexandria in Jefferson County, New York. Just Room Enough Island is part of the Thousand Islands. By official count, there are actually 1,864 islands that line the St. Lawrence River as it flows out of Lake Ontario. The island itself is not currently in the Guinness Book of World Records. However, that title belongs to Bishop Rock, which is a lonely lighthouse off the English Isles of Sicily. The lighthouse on Bishop Rock was automated in 1982 and no longer required a human to operate it. Because of this, Just Enough Room Island is the world's smallest inhabited island. The island itself, the smallest inhabited island, is owned by the Sizeland family, which they purchased in the 1950s as a getaway. When they built it out, they decided to create a little cottage that took up nearly every conceivable inch of dry land. Then, they planted a tree and renamed the property from Hub Island to Just Enough Room Island. Housing a few deck chairs and a single cottage with walls built right to the edges of its 30,000 SQFT space, the private patch formerly known as Hub Island was purchased in the 1950s by the wealthy Sizeland family who wanted to build a holiday home. But their hopes for quiet family escapes were quickly shattered as the island became a popular viewing attraction for its miniature size among tourists cruising along the St. Lawrence River. Is it really an island? The island itself is as big as a tennis court. The actual size is 3,300 square feet. And while the Sizeland family initially intended it as a quiet, remote getaway, the concept of an island with the building stretching to the very edges of the land started to attract tourists from all over the world. Sizeland's charming speck of land is just one of 1,964 islands that form the Thousand Islands archipelago straddling the Canada-US border along a 100-mile stretch of the St. Lawrence. In order to meet the criteria of being an island in this region, the land needs to be larger than 1 square foot. Also, it must remain above the water level year-round. Further, it must sustain at least 1 tree. Just Enough Room Island meets all of these criteria. Because of this, yes, it is actually an island. It is known that the only tree on the island once died, and then the owner had to replant it to ensure his island title. That's why, in the Thousand Islands, there are islands that only have enough room for 1 person to stand. Even a rock protruding from the water can be called an island because it meets the above 3 conditions. Does anyone live there? A family supposedly still lives on this island. However, their goal was to have a quiet spot away from it all. Because of all the tourist boats and the eager onlookers, they don't often achieve their goal of solitude. Can I visit Just Enough Room Island? Of course, you can hire a boat or a tour and visit Just Enough Room Island, but you can't really go on it. After all, it's only big enough for the house and the tree. If you take a slight misstep, you end up in the water. If you liked this video, please share the love and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Please hit the subscribe button so you never miss an update from us. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye-bye.